everyone. Thank you for joining us for another evening of the Indica Yoga Ecology series. Joining us this evening again is Dr. Nagaraj Paturi and Shantala Sriramiah ji. So before we start, I'd like to introduce our host for this evening. Dr. Nagaraj Paturi is trained in Sanskrit and Advaita Vedanta. He is committed to the transmission of Vedic sciences and has designed several courses on the contemporary application of Vedic sciences, which he has been successfully teaching. Dr. Paturi is a visiting professor at the University of Chicago, and he is also the senior director and chief curator at Indica. He is an executive committee member at the MIT School of Vedic Sciences in Pune. And in addition, he has authored several articles in the media and delivered a series of talks for radio and television. Joining Dr. Paturi this evening is Shantala ji. Shantala Sriramiah ji is the founder and principal teacher at Veda Studies. She has been studying Veda with Guruji M.S. Srinivasan of the Chalakere brothers for over 10 years, and she teaches Veda to people from all over the world. Today, we will be highlighting, or rather, Dr. Paturi and Shantala ji will be highlighting the Osadhi Suktam. This Suktam is part of the Krishna Yajurveda Taittiriya Samhita. It is a very powerful set of mantras that is believed to enhance the strength of medicinal herbs and thereby gather strength to stay fit and healthy. The Oshadhi in Sanskrit, the Oshadhi Suktam is basically derived from Oshadhi, which in Sanskrit means medicinal herb or medicinal plant. I'd like to welcome Dr. Paturi and Shantala ji to join the session, please. Namaste, Shantala ji. Namaste, Dr. Paturi. So I'll hand over the session to you now, and I will see everyone towards the end of the session. Thank you.
Hari Om and Namaste, Nagaraj ji.
Namaste.
I'm very happy to be back here learning with you, and I'm sure our viewers also will be very happy for another commentary and unfolding of this very beautiful Suktam. And with your permission, I can start, but perhaps you want to do a little introduction of this Osadhi Suktam before I do the invocation and recite it once. So I'll invite you to do that.
Yeah, the series is about the ecological mantras from the Veda. So this, whoever is watching the whole series knows that the ecological perspective, particularly the deep ecological perspective in the Veda mantras, is multi-centric. It is Agni's center when Agni Sukta is seen. Earth is the center when there is Prithvi Sukta. And you have Surya Namaskara mantra, sun is the center. Now the center is plants. Today the center is plants. So plants is the center of the entire deep ecological perspective when you look at the Oshadhi mantras. The word Oshadhi apparently gives the impression that we are talking about medicines. But in Sanskrit, there are proverb-like maxims which say, Nasti moolam anaushadam. There is no plant which is not an Oshadhi. So, which makes all plants as Oshadhi. And you have Veda mantras, for example, the very well-known Veda mantra, which is used as a Shanti mantra, where to say, may the plants grow up, it says, Bheshajam, let the Oshadhis grow. Shamno astud vipade, in that mantra, Tachanyo Ravrani Mahe mantra, it is said, Sham Chatushpade and also Bheshajam, Urdhvam Jigatu Bheshajam, Urdhvam Jigatu Bheshajam. So it is to say that may the plants grow up. It says Bheshajam, it says Oshadhis, let the Oshadhi plants grow. Bheshajam grow. So the words plants and medicinal plants or herbal plants are used interchangeably throughout the Vedic literature. And there is a Bhagavad Gita mantra which says, Pushnami choshadin sarvan somo bhutva rasatmakaha. There, the ultimate Bhagavan concept, the Paramatman concept is saying that in the form of Soma Rasa, I am nourishing all the plants. To say all the plants, it is saying Oshadhin Sarva. Ushnamicha, I am nourishing Oshadhin Sarvan, it is said. But actually, the intention there is to say that all plants are getting nourished by me. And I am in the form of Soma, I am filling all the plants, all the herbal plants or plants. So here the Sukta is about the plant world, botanical world. All plants are herbs here. And we are meditating and orienting ourselves emotionally, ecstatically towards the green smelling, plant smelling plants. And we are affectionately, ecstatically, and emotionally, we are talking to the plants and we are asking the plants to help us by nourishing us and by healing us. That is the mantra.
Beautiful introduction, Nagaraj, as usual. So I will recite the Osadhi Suktam, but first, as I always do, I'll also start with our invocation mantras, then followed by the full Suktam first. And then we'll do the commentary in blocks of a short number of mantras. So I'll begin now. Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha Harihi Om Gananāntva Ganapatigam Havamahe Kavim Kavīnāmupamashravastamam Jyeshtarajam Brahmanam Brahmanaspata Anashrinvannotibhis Siddhasadanam Mahaganapataye Namaha Prano Devi Saraswati Vajebhirvajinivati Dhinama Vitriyavatu Ano Divo Brihataf Parvatada Saraswati Ajatagantu Yajnam Havan Devi Jujushana Ghritaji Shagman No Vachamushati Shrunotu Vagdevyai Namaha Om Sahana Bhavatu Sahanau Bhunaktu Sahaviryankaravavahai Tejasvinavadhitamastu ma vidvishavahai Om Shanti 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 Osadhi Suktam. Om Ya Jata Oshadhayo Devebhyastriyugam Pura Mandami Babhruna Mahagum Shatandhamani Saptacha Shatamvo Ambadhamani Sahasramutavo Ruhaha Atha Shatakratvo Yuyamimam me Agadam Krita Pushpavatif Prasuvatif Phalinira Phala Uta Ashva Iva Sajitvarir Virudhav Parayishnavaha Oshadhiriti Matarastadvo Devi Rupabruve Rapagumsi Vighnatiritarapashchatayamanaha Ashvathevo Nishadanam Parnevo Vasatih Krita Gobhaja Itkila Sathayat Sanavata Purusham Yadaham Vajayan Nima Oshadhir Hasta Adadhe Atma Yakshmasya Nashyati Puraji Vagribho Yatha Yadoshadhayas Sangachante Rajanas Samita Viva विप्रस्स उच्यते बिभ्रश भिषग्रक्षोहामी वचातनः निष्कृतिर्नाम वो माताथा यूयग्स्थसंकृतिः सराः पतत्रिणी निष्कृता अन्यावो अन्यामवत्वन्यान्यस्था उपावता ताः सर्वा ओषधयः संविदाना इदं मे प्रावता वचः उच्छुष्मा ओषधीनां गावो गोष्ठादिवेरते धनगुं सनिष्यन्तीनामात्मानन्तवपूरुषा अतिविश्वाः परिष्ठास्तेन इव व्रजमक्रमुः ओषधयः प्राचुच्य वुर्यत्किञ्च तनुवागुं यास्त आतस्थुरात्मानय्या आविविशुः परुः परुः तास्ते यक्ष्मन् विबाधन्तामुग्रो मध्यमशीरिवा साकैयक्ष्मप्रपतश्येनेन किकिदीविना साकं वातस्य ध्राज्या साकन्नश्य निहाकया अश्वावती गुं सोमवतीर्मूर्जयन्ती मुदोजसम् आवित्सि सर्वा ओषधीरस्मा अरिष्टतातये याः फलिनीर्या अफला अपुष्पायाश्च पुष्पिणीः बृहस्पतिप्रसूतास्तानो मुञ्चन्त्वगुंहसः या ओषधयः सोमराज्ञीः प्रविष्टाः पृथिवीमनु तासां त्वमस्युत्तमा प्रणो जीवातवे सुवा अवपतन्तीरवदन् दिव ओषधयः परि यञ्जीवमश्नवामहै स नरिष्याति पूरुषः याश्चेदमुपशृण्वन्ति याश्च दूरं परागताः इह सङ्गत्यताः सर्वा अस्मै सन्दत्तभेषजम् मा वोरिषत्खनिता यस्मै चाहं खनामि वः द्विपच्चतुष्पदस्माकगुं सर्वमस्त्वनातुरम् ओषधयः संवदन्ते सोमेन सह राज्ञा यस्मै करोति ब्राह्मणस्तगुं राजन् पारयामसि ॐ शान्तिः शान्तिः शान्तिः।
Now, a block of first 4 mantras.
Yeah, I will recite the first 4 mantras again. Om Ya Jata Oshadhayo Devebhyastriyugam Pura Mandami Babhruna Mahagum Shatandhamani Saptacha Shatam Vo Ambadhamani Sahasramutavoruhaha Atha Shatakratvo Yuyamimam Me Agadam Krita Pushpavatif Prasuvatif Phaliniraphala Uta Ashva Iva Sajitvarir Virudhav Parayishnavaha Oshadhiriti Matarastadvo Devirupabruve Rapagumsi Vighnatiritarapashchatayamanaha.
So, we see that the mantras are sequenced in such a way that there is a beautiful introductory mantra which speaks as though we are investigating the herbs, we are trying to know what they are. Yajata Oshadayo Devebhyastriyugam Pura. In this, we are saying we are investigating the herbs, and herbs born of the divine gifts of nature for people. Herbs are, then we are giving colors, yellow, ripe, and brown, and grow in 707 places. Shatandhamani Saptacha. They are in growing in 700 places, is the description that is given. And so with this introduction that I am investigating, I am searching, then it talks about a mother herb. There is a herb from which all other herbs are coming, and we are addressing the mother herb, and we are saying, oh mother herb, you grow and work in many hundred places with thousands of varieties and extensions. You are gifted with hundreds of abilities. We pray you to make our life free from illness and disease. So we are asking, Atha Shatakratvo Yuyamimam Me, Yuyam Imam Me. You have to make my life uh, disease free. You are actually Shatamvo Sahasramuta. You are growing in hundreds or even thousands of places, in thousands of varieties you are growing. So we are looking at all other herbs are the different forms of the same mother herb. This mother herb is an concept. It's a theoretical concept, and we are addressing that mother herb, that theoretical concept, and we are talking to it in the second mantra. In the third mantra, we are saying, we are now coming to the actual herbs, and we are saying, herbs, ever-growing plants and creepers, grow and rejoice in response to life's health. We are saying, blossoming, fragrant, procreative, productive, and victorious like charming life energy, you are taking us safely beyond all suffering and disease. We are Paraishnavaha, beyond, you are taking us beyond. Pushpavati, blossoming, Prasuvati, emerging, Halini, fruitening, and Aphala Uta, or and Ashwa Iva, actually you're growing, you're rejoicing charmingly, and Sajitvarir Virudha, you are taking us beyond disease and suffering. And then in the fourth mantra, we are again coming back to motherly herbs, and you are saying you are the divine gifts of nature. Here, motherly herbs means herbs are our mothers. We are looking at herbs as mothers. It is not the theoretical concept of mother of herbs. Here, herbs as mothers. Oṣadhi riti matarastadvo. You are mataraha. Devi rupa bruve. You are actually the divine gifts. You are the divinity. And then we are saying, okay, shall I say, oh man, I entrust the health of your body, mind, and soul to the herbs. May I say that? And we are asking the herbs that, okay, may I say, I am surrendering the health of the diseased person to you. And we are affectionately talking to the herbs in a very personal, affectionate tone in this fourth mantra.
ॐ अश्वत्थेवो निषदनं पर्णेवो वसतिः कृता गोभाज इत्किलासथ यत्सनवत पूरुषम् यदहं वाजयन्निमा ओषधीर्हस्त आदधे आत्मा यक्ष्मस्य नश्यति पुरा जीवगृभो यथा यदोषधयः सङ्गच्छन्ते राजानः समिताविवा विप्रस्स उच्यते भिषग्रक्षोहामि वचातनः निष्कृतिर्नाम वो माताथा यूयग्गस्थसङ्कृतिः सराः पतत्रिणी स्थनयदामयति निष्कृता.
This fifth mantra is talking about specifically Ashwatha tree. This is where you can see how actually in the Vedic tradition, the Ashwatha tree, the people tree is given such a great significance. People know that in the Vedic tradition, Ashwatha tree, the people tree has got such a great significance. But here in the Osadhi Sukta, it is that you come to know that it is this tree is being seen as the seat of all Oshadhi tattvas. We are saying, oh Oshadhi, that is all Oshadhis, your seat is in the Ashwatha tree. And then we are saying, oh, you're not just in the Ashwatha tree, you're in the air, and you're in every leaf, and you're then into the clouds, and you are on the Parana tree also. So your efficiency by going into the clouds, you are filling the clouds. All Oshadhis are getting filled, all clouds are getting filled with Oshadhis through the yajna process. Yajna process that happens through the yajna conducted by humans, but yajna is conducted by nature also, because it is the natural processes of yajna that are done by the sun's heat. Through that also plants are getting into the clouds, and then they are going into the parna tree, and through the water they are coming back to the earth also. So we are saying that, oh, all plants are again getting into the sun, into the earth first, and then they are going into the sun rays, and then they are going into the cow, because cows are taking it from the plants, and through all these, from the earth, from the sun rays, from the cow, you are entering human beings, and oh plants, all of you, through all these means, you are anyway nourishing and healing all human life, is what the fifth mantra is saying. And then the sixth mantra is actually coming back again to the medicinal effects. When I take these medicines, diseases are getting a warning from me. Death to diseases is health. So I'm talking actually to the diseases, I'm warning them, because the medicines are a death to the diseases. And the very soul and root of the disease, the root of the disease disappears. And the diseases are destroyed up to the roots totally. Even before the single dose enters the body, the entire disease is removed. Atma yakshmasya nashyati, Atma nashyati. It is completely, the root of it is destroyed. And pura jiva grubho yatha. As if it is actually destroyed up to the life of it. And yadaham vajayannima oshadhir hasta adadhe. Actually I'm sending a warning to the through the medicines to the disease. And now we are imagining how these Oshadhis are working inside. Then we are saying, oh Oshadhis, all of you are coming together as ruling powers, and you are all acting together as if you are being organized by a king. And who is organizing you? It is the physician. It is the doctor. It is the Vaidya who is actually organizing all of you under one control. And this Vaidya is the destroyer of all evil, and he is the destroyer of all disease, and he is the destroyer of all ill health. So it is the word Bhishak here, which is very, very important. The Bhishak is organizing all these medicine. The beginning of the mantra is actually talking plural. Oshadhayah. They sangachante. They all work together. How? Rajanas Samita Viva. How a king organizes the samiti, how the king organizes the group, in the same way as if they are getting organized by a king. Who is that king who is organizing them? Viprasa uchyate bhishak, rakshohami vachatanaha. It is that bhishak, that vipra, who is doing all this. Then we are talking to the herbs and we are telling them, oh herbs, your mother is Nishkriti, I know. And that Nishkriti means actually removing the disease. Removing is the meaning of that word Nishkriti. So, because Nishkriti is your mother, you are giving good health, you are giving immunity, you are doing prevention of the diseases also, and you are the cleanser. All of you are our cleansers, you are our protectors. By circulating in all the tubes inside, veins and arteries and all other tubes inside, you remove all that ails the body's health, all that comes in the way of health. Nishkriti Nama. Nishkriti is the name of Mata. Your mother's name is that. And because your mother's name is Nishkriti, the very name is Nishkriti, you are able to give us all these good health, immunity, prevention, protection, cleansing, and by uh, flowing all through the Saraha is flowing, current. By doing that, you are doing the Nishkrita. So the mantra is beginning with Nishkriti, ending with Nishkrita. Such a beautiful mantra.
ॐ अन्यावो अन्यामवत्वन्यान्यस्य उपावता ताः सर्वा ओषधयः संविदाना इदं मे प्रावतावचः उच्छुष्मा ओषधीनां गावो गोष्ठादिवेरते धनगुं सनिष्यन्ति नामात्मानन्तव पूरुषा अतिविश्वाः परिष्ठास्तेन इव व्रजमक्रमुः ओषधयः प्राचुच्य वुर्यत्किञ्च तनुवागुं रपः यास्त आतस्थुरात्मानय्या आविविशुः परुः परुः तास्ते यक्ष्मं विबाधन्तामुग्रो मध्यमशीरिवा.
This ninth mantra is actually a continuation from the earlier mantra where we said how the mantra, the Oshadhis, the medicines are getting organized as though they are under the control of a king. Here we are saying, oh, medicines, you work in tandem, you work in synchronization. One medicine has to work in tandem with the other medicine. Anyavo anyamavattvanya anyasya upavata. The word anya is getting repeated in this mantra. So the one medicine, the other medicine, the other medicine, you have to work in tandem with each other. One medicine after the other medicine, one medicine after the other medicine. You have to work together. And you have to all work in synchronization. You have to be compatible with each other. You have to support each other. That way you work. We are telling the medicines to work inside. And then finally, see, my word, the message that I am sending you, that has to be proved correct. Please make my word valid. Idam me pravata vachaha. So we are talking to the medicines here, and we are asking them to work together. And we are talking now to the power inside the medicines. Then we are telling, oh, the person, the strength and vitality of the herbs, they bestow on you as the wealth of health for your body, your mind, your soul. They flow out on you like cows emerging from their stall or light rays radiating at dawn. So here, uh, the comparisons, the analogies that are given are Gavo Goshtadi Verate. Goshthat Iva Gavo. Goshta is the uh, stall from where the cows are protected. From there, how cows are coming out, the powers of the medicine are coming out of the medicine in you. They actually they are coming out as though they are coming out of the sun as rays. So, O Purusha, the person affected by the disease, the strengths of the disease are actually coming out and they are working in you, is what is being said here. And then in the 11th mantra, uh, it is saying all the herbs circulating all your body attack and throw out the diseases. The analogy here, the simile that is given is as though a thief is breaking into the cattle shed. Just as a thief breaks into the cattle shed, all these medicines are breaking into the world of the diseases. Ati Vishwa Parishta Tena Iva Vrajamakramuhu Oshadaya Prachuchyavaryu Pincha Tanuva Rapaha, Tanuvagum Rapaha. In the body, all over the body, they spread and they attack and they send out the disease as though a thief is attacking the cattle shed. And finally, the 12th mantra is saying, it is talking to the herbs and it is saying, "Oh herbs, please cure the sick, in whose body you spread over part by part." Here, the word paruh paruhu. This mantra is using the word paruh paruhu. Avivishuh paruh paruhu. You are charging. Avivishuh is charging. You are charging paruh paruhu. Part by part, you are spreading. And joint by joint, tastre ekshmam pi badhantamugro madhyama shiriva. As if uh, it- actually the comparison giver is in the joint by joint and stop and throw out disease, like a analogy is a sharp and aggressive intermediary, how he throws out diseases. A request is being sent to the herbs here.
ॐ साकय्यक्ष्मप्रपतश्येनेन किकिदीविना साकं वातस्य ध्राज्या साकन्नश्य निहाकया अश्वावती गुं सोमवतीर्मूर्जयन्ती मुदोजसम् आवित्सि सर्वा ओषधीरस्मा अरिष्टतातये याः फलिनीर्या अफला अपुष्पायाश्च पुष्पिणीः बृहस्पतिप्रसूतास्तानो मुञ्चन्त्वगुं हसः या ओषधयः सोमराज्ञीः प्रविष्टाः पृथिवीमनु तासा त्वमस्युत्तमा प्रणो जीवातवे सुवा.
This set of mantras, actually, with the 13th mantra, we are entering into the actual medical details. Specific diseases are being discussed here. In the 13th mantra, we have words like yakshma, which is for the consumptive disease. So we can say nowadays, actually, they use the word pulmonary tuberculosis to this. We actually that word may be a modern replacement for that. It could be, it could not be, but any consumptive disease, any disease that makes the person lose his energy can be yakshma. So that yakshma disease, that is cured with increase in appetite. So how each disease is cured is explained in this mantra. If there is a vomiting disease, it is done through cleansing by giving a bitter medication. Bitter medications can cure vomiting diseases. And there is another disease of breathing, and the deep breathing and clean air that comes from removing the sputum and congestion. So these details, Sakam, Yakshma, here Yakshma is being mentioned, and Shenena Kikidivina, it is talking about the vomiting disease, and there is Vatasya, there is, we are talking about the breath and the clean air, and finally, uh, we are talking about the removal of sputum and congestion and all those details. And then we are talking about the convalescence, what we call convalescence. Once the medicine works, the person is cured of the disease, there is a recovery period. So during the rehabilitation period, uh, the person has to get full freedom from the ailment, and in future the disease should not return to him. And all the herbal medicines, for example, a medicine like Ashwavati, the mantra begins with the name of a medicine called Ashwavati, and this medicine is a recovery, convalescence medicine. After the disease is cured, for getting the strength, it is used. And there is another word, Somavati, is also, it is a pain removing medicine, a soothing and energy giving medicine. And there is another word, Urjayanti. It is a tonic medicine to replenish the lost power. And there is another medicine which is Udojas medicine. It is a life-saving medicine. Ut Ojas, it is giving strength. So all these names like Ashwavati, Somavati, Urjayanti, and Udojas are convalescence medicines. They are after the recovery of the patient, after the cure of the disease, the person goes to these medicines. And all these medicines, let them work is in the 15th mantra. Uh, they have to work in such a way that they have to flower inside the body. They have to work as though they are flowering, and they have to get blessed by the power called Brihaspati power, and that Brihaspati power has to get strengthened by the power of the sun. And the but the Brihaspati power and the sun power, all these have to be helped only by the physician, the Vaidya. It is he who has to help us in all the ways. So this mantra, let me remind you all that this mantra you might have heard in all the pujas also. Ya Palimirya Apala Apushpa Yascha Pushpini. This mantra is repeatedly heard during the pujas also. So this line is known to people because this specific mantra is picked up from here and is used in other places also as part of puja procedures. But what actually this mantra is doing is, it is saying that all these herbs which bear fruit means which work, and there are some medicines which do not bear fruit, and they grow with flowers, and they do not blossom also. All of those also, all such herbs also, bearing fruit, not bearing fruit, which grow with flowers and which do not blossom. all other kinds of medicines also have to work with the blessings of Brihaspati and with the power of sun and with the power of physician. So all the varieties of medicines, giving fruits, not giving fruits, flowering and not flowering, all these are described in this mantra. Very interesting classification. And here we are coming to the description of Oshadhis as nourished by Soma. I was mentioning the Bhagavad Gita mantra, Pushnami Oshadhin Sarvan, Soma Bhutva Rasatmakaha. Same content actually from this mantra, it goes to the Bhagavad Gita. It is saying, you herbs which shine and abound in Soma element. What is there in you is Soma. Actually, the beautiful word used is Soma Ragni, the Soma Rani. In Indian languages, we use words like Soma Rani. So it is saying Soma Ragni here. And it is saying, overspread the earth. It is saying Prithivim Anu, Pravishtaha, Prithivim Anu. You are spread all over the earth and you are instantly effective because of the Soma power. And Soma is the best that fulfill the desire and all blissful for the life. It is the Soma that is giving you all these powers. That is what it ends with.
So the last 4 mantras. Om avapatanti diva oshadhayah pari yanjivamashnamamahai sanarishyati purushaha yaschedamupashrinvanti yascha duram paragataha iha sangatyata sarva asmai sandatta bheshajam Ma vorishat khanita yasmai chaham khanami vaha dvipacchatushpadasmakagum sarvamastvanaturam oshadhayas samvadante somena saharagnya yasmai karoti brahmanastagum rajan parayamasi.
This last block is so poetic, so beautiful. It is saying, actually, these plants have come from heaven. They avapatanti, descending. And they, while descending, they are telling us by their fragrance. They are talking to us through their fragrance, through their energy, and through their vitality. And they are announcing to us, oh person, we are pervading everywhere, we are vitalizing everywhere, and we are assuring that there will be no harm to you. Purushaha, to the person. It is saying, whoever, yan, jivam, whoever actually ashnavamahai, we are spreading wherever we are spreading, we are actually na sa vishyati purushaha. He will never get any harm. We are assuring you. So by promising this, these Oshadhis are through their fragrance, they are talking to us. And the other herbs which hear this word, and those which are growing other way also, let all those herbs also, they are all joining together, and these herbs are all, by getting this message, they are also saying that, oh yes, we agree, no person gets harmed whenever we give you the power. So all these herbs, different herbs, looking at this message, they are also joining those herbs, and they are giving strength, and they are giving healing and cure to all these medicine, from all these medicines. And oh medicine, or medicinal plant or herb, you are dug from the earth. So medicines are dug from the earth as roots. The person should not destroy you. Whoever actually Khanita, he should not destroy you. And let me not come to harm you also. And let all human beings, all our animals, and all others be free from suffering and disease. So, while taking out the herbs from the plants or digging out the plants, no harm should be committed to the plants. And because we are not committing harm to you, and I am not committing harm to the digger, let no harm be committed to the humans and animals in our circle also. The final mantra, the 20th mantra, is again coming back to the working in tandem of all the medicines. Herbs joined together with the ruling radiant Soma. Again, the Soma. Soma is the leader. Soma is the leader of all these mantras. Soma, they all together, they are saying, O ruling Lord of health and life, for whosoever the wise man makes use of us, we, the medicines, herbs, save and drive him over suffering and disease. He Yasmai karoti brahmanas tam rajan parayamasi. I am parayami. I am actually making him overcome the disease. Oshadhaya samvadante somena saha, together with Soma, along with Soma, they are saying, O ruling Lord of health and life, we are actually protecting all those wise men. Here, the word Brahmana means wise man. Whoever successfully makes use of us, whichever doctor, whichever healer makes use of us, we save and drive the disease from the patient and save all of them. So, such a beautiful medical uh, uh, expression of poetry, poetic expression of attachment to the herbal plants, such a beautiful way of looking at the plant world as disease healing, nourishing, tonic giving, power giving ability, uh, having such an ability. So we let us again look at the plant world, enjoy the fragrance with which they have come from heaven, and they have assured us that whoever takes shelter with them will receive no harm at all.
Amazing, Dr. Nagaraj. That was really, truly inspiring. Oh, I just want to ask you one question, because we, in our community, especially with my student community, there are many Ayurveda practitioners, Ayurveda doctors. It sounds like this is a Suktam that all our Ayurveda practitioners should learn, because they are relying on, I mean, it's the core sort of remedies in Ayurveda. And I was thinking how apt for all of our Ayurveda community to learn this Suktam.
Yes, absolutely. And also, I think those traditional Ayurveda students, Ayurveda learners, they know this mantra, and I know many who recite this mantra. And actually, traditional bishops, Ayurveda bishops, they recite this mantra while administering medicines to some very serious disease patients. They recite this mantra. And I have seen some of the bishops asking the patient also to recite or hear this mantra before taking the medicine also. So this is already in practice. But what the modern students of Ayurveda, who probably do not know, that there is such a mantra which is giving almost an essence of their entire medical learning. All their 4 years BAMS is put into one single mantra. And actually, emotionally, poetically, it is talking to the medicines. And inspired from this, actually, all the doctors in other systems of medicine also, I think, will be excited to know that this is a way of talking to the medicines, and there is a way of talking to the medicines and asking them to work inside the body, how to work in tandem, work synchronizedly, and what you do, and you have come for us from the heaven, and all this very emotional, ecstatic, poetic way of looking at the medicinal world actually should be inspiring for all the medical professionals all over the world, not just the Ayurvedic, but every doctor, I think, would definitely be inspired by this way of emotionally getting attached to the medicines and talking to them while they work inside the body or before going into the body or after coming to the body. And this convalescence medicines, rehabilitation medicines, everything, every aspect of healing and treatment is handled in these mantras.
Wonderful. We'll try to offer a course on learning the recitation of this mantra.
Yeah, absolutely. In all the hospitals and medical colleges.
Brilliant. Shall I, for closing, recite the whole Suktam again once more?
Yeah, sure.
End?
So coming back to the ecology part of it, this is actually looking at the plant world and our attachment for the plant world, because it is from the plant world that we get herbs and let our view of medical aspects of this mantra not divert us from the ecological perspective of our emotional attachment for the plants. Okay, please go ahead.
ॐ या जाता ओषधयो देवेभ्यस्त्रियुगं पुरा वन्दामि बभ्रूणामहगुं शतन्धामानि सप्त च शतं वो अम्बधामानि सहस्रमुत वोरुहः अथा शतक्रत्वो यूयमिमं मे अगदं कृता पुष्पावतीः प्रसूवतीः फलिनीरफला उता अश्वा इव सजित्वरीर्वीरुधः पारयिष्णवः ओषधीरिति मातरस्तद्वो देवीरुपब्रुवे रपागुंसि विघ्नतीरितरपश्चातयमानाः अश्वत्थेवो निषदनं पर्णेवो वसतिः कृता गोभाज इत्किलासथ यत्सनवथ पूरुषम् यदहं वाजयन्निमा ओषधीर्हस्त आदधे आत्मा यक्ष्मस्य नश्यति पुरा जीवगृभो यथा यदोषधयः सङ्गच्छन्ते राजानः समिताविवा विप्रस्स उच्यते भिषग्रक्षोहामी वचातनः निष्कृतिर्नाम वो माताथ यूयग्स्थसंकृतिः सराः पतत्रिणीस्थनयदामयति निष्कृता अन्यावो अन्यामवत्वन्यान्यस्या उपावता ताः सर्वा ओषधयः संविदाना इदं मे प्रावता वचः उच्छुष्मा ओषधीनां गावो गोष्ठादिवेरते Dhanagum sanishyanti namatmanantava purusha Ati vishvaaf parishthastena iva vrajamakramuhu Oshadhayaf prachuchya viryat kincha tanuvagum rapaha Yasta atasthuratmanaya avivishuv paruh paruhu Taste yakshmam vibadhanta mugro madhyamashiriva Sakai yakshmam prapatasyenena kikidivina Sakam vatasya dhrajya sakannasya nihakaya Ashvavati gum somavatir murjayanti mudojasam Avithi sarva Oṣadhi rasma arishtataye Yav phalinirya aphala apushpayascha pushpinihi Brahaspati prasutastano munchantwagum hasaha Ya oshadhayas somaragniv pravishtav prithivi manu Tasan tvamasyuttama prano jivatave suva Avapatanti diva oshadhayah pari Yanjivamashnavam sanarishyati purushaha Yaschedamupashrinvanti yascha duram paragataha Iha sangatyata sarva asmai sandatta bheshajam Mavorishat khanita yasmai chaham khanami vaha Dvipaschatushpadasmakagum sarvamastvanaturam Oshadhayas samvadante somena saharagnya Yasmai karoti brahmanastagum rajan parayamasi Om Shanti Shanti Shanti
Namaste. Thank you so much, Dr. Paturi and Shantala ji, for another very, very insightful and beautiful and meaningful session. And it's today's session was so very relevant, like how Shantala ji said, to Ayurveda students and to the earth and to plants. And we all seem to just take everything for granted with deforestation, and everyone's just cutting plants or planting things mindlessly. I don't think we ever stop to consider just how important and life-giving every single force on the planet is, whether it's water, whether it's the stars, whether it's sunlight, whether it's the plants. So these series are just so enlightening, not just because they, the meanings that are derived from the Veda, but also just how life-sustaining every single natural element is for us as human beings. So again, thank you so much for another beautiful session. And we'll see you again as the Ecology series continues. Thank you, Dr. Paturi. Thank you, Shantala ji. It's been an absolute pleasure.
Thank you, Sophia, and thank you, Dr. Nagaraj. It's
Thank
been
you.
such a beautiful learning
Beautiful.
experience. Thank you.
Namaste.
Namaste.